Hello and welcome to another episode of Nerding Out, Geeking Out. I'm Luke.
I'm Greshan.
And I'm James.
And today we're going to do something incredibly different to normal, which has been an interesting theme for the last few episodes, actually. We seem to have changed the layout every single time, but it's just good fun to mix it up a bit.
Variety.
I don't think we have a particular theme.
No.
I think
we're still figuring it out.
We're basically just chatting.
It is just
It's
chatting.
just,
Yeah.
We're just chatting
Yeah.
shit, getting hit.
Yeah. Rebrand.
So today what we're going to do is we are going to do this introduction. Then we're going to go away and watch a film that Greshan has never seen before. Mm-hmm. And then come back and see how Greshan's comparison from what he thought the film was about and what the themes were to what it actually was. And get a general first impression of a film from the 80s, which, to be honest, this film is quite hard to have an adult watch it for the first time in the UK because it's on the telly almost every few weeks.
But guess what?
Guess what?
He's never watched
Greshan's never seen it.
I'm not a big movie person, and I'm definitely not a big TV person either. So
Yeah, you don't even have an aerial.
yeah,
So
it. More of a YouTube person.
yeah, and it's definitely not on there unless you pay for it.
YouTube or gaming. Yeah, so
Yeah.
just and also like old movies.
This has been classed online many times as the perfect movie because the amount of times it's had a re-release from its anniversary and everyone still likes it, including the new generations. So I'm interested to just see an opinion of someone that probably should have seen it when they were younger. In fact, watching it for the first time.
Didn't exist in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Wasn't big there. So
Okay.
You can
So-
hear a pin drop.
I'm here to give you my opinion.
Honesty is the best policy.
Honesty
It
is the
is.
best
It
policy,
is.
it's
And I'm
true.
bribing you a chicken today as well.
Oh, stop it. You can't do that.
Yes, I can. I have. You can see it over there.
Evil.
So, Back to the Future. What do you think it is mainly about?
Time travel
Yes.
seems to be the obvious one.
Do you know any of the names of the main cast characters?
No. I know what they look like. You've got the old man, I suppose the professor or whatever. He's grizzled old man, lab coat,
Yep.
crazy hair. Definitely electrocutes himself every now and then. Definitely
Okay.
he's taken 240 volts through himself.
And quite liked it.
Yeah, and quite liked it. Yeah, he just went back.
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
more.
Oh, dear. It's not that kinky.
How do you do your hair every day? Done.
Well, this is how I start my day.
I know that the second character don't necessarily know affiliation, whether it's son or nephew, but wears some kind of blue jumper with an orange gilet.
Okay. Okay.
I know that much because I've seen little not snippets you know the little Funko Pops.
Oh, the Funko Pops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen those of them too, and obviously the time machine, the DeLorean, with all the the two dustbins that's on the back of it.
Yeah.
They are bins, right?
No, they are fabricated out of metal.
They fucking look like bins. I immediately told them they were bins.
I mean, bins are made out of metal. So.
Yeah. Some of them.
I imagine they're going to be doing a little bit of time travel. I've heard a little bit about 88 miles an hour. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't fucking do shit. Doesn't allow you to time travel because otherwise, fucking hell, we'd be sending F1 drivers back in the past or into the future constantly.
Well, maybe that's how they finish so quickly.
So it's Back to the Future. Back to the Future. I don't know if they. I'm assuming I'm hoping they do both. I'm hoping they go both into the future and into the past. Yeah, I mean, arguably, if they go into the past, they're gonna have to get to the future to get to their present self. So I don't know, but I imagine along the way, they're gonna mess up. I think there's gonna be some repercussions to time travel.
Yeah.
And I think either they're gonna just change the entire world. So either the world goes from, as it currently is to suddenly, I don't know, the Nazis won World War II, maybe, or or they prevent maybe their parents meeting each other, and then potentially just starts a whole new line of time travel where, like, technically this character shouldn't exist. I think there's going to be a little bit of chaos that way.
Cool. Okay. I think you've definitely hit some stuff on the head for sure. And I'm interested to see.
Starting with one out.
If you were to tell me, let's do a time travel movie, especially in a time when time travel wasn't really talked about too much, I think those would be the basic things that you'd be trying to hit. It's like, let's do time travel, show that it's cool, then show the repercussions of fucking up.
Yeah.
And maybe let the characters, do a character arc where they learn about time travel.
On top of that, I want your opinion on the technology of the future that they show.
There's a little bit. No.
Yeah.
When did this film come out?
1985.
80s. Okay, so the 80s, I mean, we'd just come off the kind of us going to space, but then after that, there was a bit of a come down because...
There's a lot of analog.
Yeah.
But just keep that in mind when you're watching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they'd be expecting flying cars. I don't know. Flying cars is one that comes to mind.
Maybe. I don't want to give anything away, Greshan.
I want you to
really
think...
just want to... you're going to be watching the film. We'll be watching you like, oh, what's the reaction?
I'm the worst
buddy.
person for this. But okay.
It's just going to be like...
He's just been munching on his chicken the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll just be like, so, Greshan, how do you find it? Yeah.
It was a film.
It was a film.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're going to do.
Most likely.
We will talk.
I'll
talk
try
about,
my best not to.
We will talk about how this film has evolved a lot of the industry as well afterwards as well, because there's certain things you'll see that I'll be able to explain a lot more, and we'll talk about like how Back to the Future was the first one to do a lot of this, and that's why you kind of expect stuff that I think you are talking about, because there wasn't another time travel film like this before that. So we'll see you in the future.
Yay.
In approximately 2 to 5 business days.
And just like that, we're back. And we have watched the first Back to the Future. I think me and James forgot how cringy some of it was.
So cringy.
But I think we should go straight to Greshan. I think in 1 word to 5 words, try and summarize your initial reactions to the film.
Cringe. Horny. Electrifying.
Oh, he's stuck. Look at him.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm surprised you haven't just said incestuous.
I mean, hell. I thought horny would cover that.
Yeah.
You know what? The last 2 words can be for extra horny. There you go. It was so incestuous. It was. Oh my god. Fucking hell.
Yes.
Good tunes though.
Good tunes.
The music, elite. But that's because it's a good era of music.
And it's got a lot of good one-liners, which was nice. Quite funny to hear you laugh for the first time to them when I've laughed to them like for years. The Goldie Wilson bit still cracks me up, where he goes, "Man, I like the sound of that." It's just so good.
The way they connected everything is good.
Yeah. Oh, and that connection continues with part 2 so well. Oh, you are going to watch part 2 and go, oh, this is why they like it. Oh. Because, yeah, part 1 is... I even though a lot of people, I think that watched it as kids, think of it as the best one, I think that's seeing it through rose-tinted glasses. I've always seen
That's most old things, though.
Yeah.
Everyone views it through rose-tinted glasses.
Because I watched it when I was like a teenager for the first time, so I wasn't super young and impressionable. I'd already seen like Star Wars and Doctor Who. And, the Star Wars is the thing that probably had that impression on me. So when I watched it, I went, oh, part 1 just sets the scene for 2. And that is like the whole purpose of that film to me, even though originally there was only going to be 1. It was meant to end there. So yeah, what was your favourite bit, would you say, of the film, and what was your most hated bit?
The only thing you can't say is the ending.
Yeah.
Oh, what for favourite bit?
Yeah.
Favorite bit. Not gonna lie, seeing the Libyans was quite entertaining. It was just the Libyans, because genuinely, it was the moment where he was like, it's them," and I was like, "Oh, like is it the FBI? Like who's it? It's the Libyans!" And you immediately cut to the driver, who's very definitely not Libyan. It's definitely a random white man wearing an Arab turban, and you're just like,
It doesn't even look much like a turban
No,
either. It looks a
no.
bit like a towel with a strap.
Genuinely, that's all it was.
The budget went elsewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. That bit was quite funny. Worst bit, just anything involving Marty and his mum.
Yeah.
Yes, just any of those scenes
So interestingly,
was difficult.
when they were originally trying to get funding, they went to Disney.
Okay.
And Disney read the script and they said, "No, it's too incestuous for
I'm not
us."
surprised.
Do you know
Not surprised.
there was worse canon as well that was originally in the first version, or one of the first versions of the script, which Mr. Seisland actually told me about today. So Doc and Marty's meeting, there was two versions of why they knew each other early on. One of them was that Doc was Breaking Bad and selling drugs, and Marty was the drug mule.
Okay.
And after they said no, that wasn't appropriate enough, it was Doc was selling counterfeit pornography, which was apparently the better one. That's all been cut since, and they rewrote it so Marty breaks into his house as a dare for friends. I think he ties him to a chair or something, and they get talking, and basically they end up as friends from that, which is now in a comic.
I was going to say, 'cause that wasn't in any other...
No, there's actually further as well. If you haven't, James, I would recommend the Telltale point and click Back to the Future game.
Okay.
It's essentially another trilogy and written as well as the original trilogy.
Okay, that's
it's
good.
really good. So there is a lot of stuff around Back to the Future that expands it further than the original film and the sequels, including a TV series as well, which happened in the 90s.
With the same actors?
No, completely different actors. In fact, the weird bit is the time machine they convert into a 4-person vehicle, number one, so they can get more people in, because the cast expands by the third film.
Right.
And then we also have the change of Marty's outfit, which everybody knows is the life preserver with the denim. For some reason, they didn't give him that. He's always got this weird red jacket on instead, which just doesn't look like Marty. And he kind of goes red-headed as well.
Oh.
So,
Is that in the TV show?
yeah. And the DeLorean looks quite different. So I think it was a 2-season show back in the early 90s. Only available in limited releases as well with Blu-ray. So that's why I've got the fancy box set here, which actually lights up.
That's cool.
Oh, that's nice.
But that's got the Blu-rays and the TV show that was available in the States only. So I had to get that imported on, I think it was the 30th anniversary now? Yeah, because it's the 40th this year, isn't it? 85. So 2015 was the 30th, which is why they travelled to.
All I can remember is Back to the Future Day when I was at uni.
Yeah. So yeah, that okay, and you said the most hated bit was definitely the incestuousness. I would say that's probably across the board with
Who
everyone
actually
watching it
funded
now.
it? Who actually funded it? Ended up funding it?
It's Universal.
Oh yeah, it was.
Universal Studios.
And they just didn't care about that bit then.
No, well,
I suppose it is kind of a bit of a story. It's a...
well, they always talk about this film, like the writers and stuff. If you were to do like a youngster and an old man as best mates, you couldn't do that now.
No.
You'd immediately go, oh, he's a paedophile.
Up.
Not quite the same.
Old man. Young kid.
Yeah, but they get pushed into the scenario together. These are best mates.
True. Well,
The backstories of that, the drug dealing, actually would make it more sense than what it ended up being. What did you think? And did you notice the changes that occurred from the start to the end of the film, other than the obvious one of their house?
so house changed. Biff changed, obviously. So Biff went from being Marty's dad's boss to being Marty's dad's bitch.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that's exactly what that was.
You can't even say it was a role reversal. He pushed him down so far.
Yeah, no, it was a very big swap. Marty's dad becomes a creative writer.
He's got his confidence as well.
his confidence.
Because of the line that
Yes.
Doc taught Marty in 85 and he takes it back to his father.
So he got that. Mum was a lot thinner, wasn't drinking. The kids were a lot more
Put together.
put together, smart.
Confident overall as well.
I mean, everything in the house,
Yeah.
it was definitely like a bit more upper class.
There is one super subtle thing that nobody normally noticed on the first one. So did you look at the sign of the mall when he went back?
The mall, then he went back.
'Cause it was called the Twin Pines Mall.
Oh,
And then Marty goes back and drives over one of Peabody's trees. So they
was
changed
one-
the sign to be the Lone Pine Mall.
I
the
did
end.
not see that.
And there's a lot of like little things like that pop up across the trilogies as you start to watch them. You start to piece them all together.
The area where they were staying, that estate that was being built,
Yeah,
It looked a hell of a lot cleaner.
it was a
Yes.
lot cleaner when he went back.
yeah. So more reputable people living there basically.
Yes.
And also, the thing that I noticed for the first time is there's a lot of the word Mary or name Mary in a lot of stuff. So there was Mary written on the graffiti and Mary written on one of the number plates. I think that must have been someone for the crew putting in either their mum's or their girlfriend's name because I didn't realize till today. I was like, what's that? That's the same name again.
Again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Allegedly as well, the guy on the bench.
The homeless guy.
Yeah, there's mixed reviews of whether it's meant to be the mayor from 55.
Oh, that could be cool if that is.
Yeah, because it looks the same.
Mm.
I don't think it might have even been the same actor. I don't know whether they intended it or not, but it would have worked.
Yeah. Would have been funny if it was the principal.
So
that would be
Marty going back actually helped clean up the town because he
Yeah.
gave them more confidence.
Well,
Or
this is the reason.
he gave.
he gave his dad.
Well, no, the guy who was running for mayor, Willie.
Goldie Wilson.
That one.
Goldie Wilson.
He was all about like, oh, I'm going to clean up this town. So yeah.
There's a reason. So when you watch part 2, Crispin Glover wouldn't return to the role because he did not like the way that by punching the school bully you became a rich boy. He thought it was morally wrong, so he wouldn't return to the role for part 2. They get someone else and do some interesting cinematography to get around the change of cast, which he then sued for.
Ah, fun.
So there's a lot of hate around Crispin Glover in the Back to the Future community for that reason, even though you can kind of see where he was coming from. And yeah, there was apparently an alternative version that either they wrote about or they filmed, where they came back and the only thing that was different was his dad had released a book and they were still in the same circumstances. But Biff wasn't bullying him anymore, and that was it.
I don't know. I can kind of understand when it's been flipped around. I think it's a bit of an extreme
Yes.
that Biff was
Yeah, but
just cleaning cars.
Yeah.
that Biff was reduced to.
You can kind of see why, because it's a kids' film. I know incest, but it is meant to be a kids' film, and you have to eccentricate everything. But this is the same film where a car running at 88 miles an hour crashes into a barn and a theatre and is fine. It just does the cartoon smoke out of the windows. So I think everything eccentricated in that way, and almost like in a cartoon way, is kind of what you have to aim for if you're doing that across
If
your
it is
film.
for that age, then you would say it's the Disney style, or what it used to be.
Yeah,
If you're good, good things happen. Things
exactly.
Like
So yeah, what did you think of the analog special effects? Which ones stood out as good and bad for you for the first time? Because I've definitely got a favourite bit that I love every time.
I think the I don't think these were special effects. I think they were practical effects. The kind of the car kind of zooming off at 88 miles an hour and then disappearing with like the flames, and that was done quite well.
Yeah.
It actually kind of holds up. The end when it turns into a hovering spacecraft, I think that kind of looked a bit naff.
Yeah.
Looked very naff. There was another scene that I picked up on. I was like, oh, that effect doesn't look that great.
The hand?
Yes, it might be the hand.
So the hand to me, it looks like it's at the wrong angle. So he's going like this, but it looks like it's going from like here, the most awkward angle ever.
Yeah.
And I think that's what puts that scene off.
They took a still frame and
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Because the bit that I really love, and I love this in all films from the 80s, is the analog burning on of the lightning and electricity effects. So when the electricity is bouncing across the cable after he's hit 88 at the end, that effect is gorgeous and always looks so much better than digital because it's got that frame by frame change.
That did look good. The bit that didn't look good was just before the lightning hit the clock tower.
Yes, where it had just shot up at the clock tower and it was the lightning.
It looked very weird.
it did remind me of Ghostbusters. That
Yeah.
Yes, very much.
It looked at it like,
Yeah,
Well, it's all it's non-digital. It's all
it's all analog,
But-
and overlaying
Yeah.
two cells.
To be honest, if I was to say scenes that actually stood out, that like were there for enough time where I would say, that looked a bit genuinely was probably the final scene. It was just like when it turned into a flying DeLorean, it was like,
Yeah.
okay, because like everything else was so quick, it didn't matter because you were like you were concentrating on other things as well.
the purpose of CG is to not take you out of the film.
Yes.
And the only bits that truly made me realise, this is an old film, other than a lot of, the actual era it was set in.
Yeah.
But if you looked just purely at effects, would be the lightning before it hit the clock tower and the car at the end.
It's where you got that. There's a still, and then there's a video being filmed behind it, isn't there? And you can
just
tell
something about it just threw it off.
it's all in focus is the problem. So it's very rare that you'd have a camera lens be able to focus on both things like that. It looks wrong otherwise. There'd normally be like a blur at the edge.
Or it overexposes some areas. If you were to catch that in real life, there's overexposure, underexposure, there's things like that. But because they couldn't do that realistically at that time, they probably could, but it would have cost a fortune.
Yes.
And a lot of time just for a 30-second, not even that.
If that.
A 10-second scene.
We're talking sub 5 seconds.
It wouldn't be great.
Do you want to know the shot that always fucks me off every single time though? One shot, first time travel experiment. They do a great shot where the lines are going up to them from the side, and then they show a dead-on shot of them, and they use it for all the promotional, and it's Doc and Marty standing basically in the fire trails. Marty's foot is on top of the fire. Like literally directly on top, and you can see that it's a green screen.
That's what took me out. It's when they were both standing there.
Yeah.
They both hover.
I'm surprised that
I didn't actually clock
I'm
that.
surprised in post in the modern re-releases they haven't zoomed in slightly just to cut it, because that would sort a whole thing out.
To be honest, what would help is if they added shading to
Yeah.
where the feet, because they are literally.
There's no fire effect on them.
There's no fire effect, but there's no. If you look at where their feet were, they were just cut out.
Yeah,
There was nothing connecting them to the actual surface.
No.
I suppose you could, like, now that you've told me about it, now that I actually think back to it, you could tell they weren't really told when that scene was filmed, oh, by the way, the moment you turn around, you're going to have a hot fire in between your legs.
Yeah.
Because they were very, like, just unperplexed.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay.
Yeah, it was
But once again, it was one of those things that happened so quick, and you're more like, oh my god, cars just disappeared. Where's it gone to? So it didn't really detract too much.
If they were going to release it, like do another release, it would be the easiest time to do it now, because effects is so to get a simple effect or just a simple upgrade.
There's a lot of things that you could tighten the whole film up so it actually looked pretty.
But one person, that's it, one person, a small team could do it. Corridor Digital, if you ever listen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, the interesting that you say about the last shot though, because so that one is remade for part 2 and does look better.
Okay.
They improve on it. So the whole thing, the end of that film was they need to end it somehow. How do you end the film? They went, let's put a gag at the end, so it's quite funny. So they're, let's go to the future and make it a bit silly.
There was one thing I did like about that future bit was the he wasn't relying on is it plutonium?
Yes.
Yeah, he was
Fusion.
using
Yeah,
fusion.
I really like that. That's
Which-
a nice touch.
Which is made from a Cups coffee grinder. I used to have one.
It did look like one.
Yeah.
But the idea behind it being able to use everything for fusion is
When you get to part 2,
less efficient.
it's going to be really interesting to talk about in the episode because there's so many things they predicted well. Some things they just did as comedy, clearly, and they knew it wouldn't happen. But a lot of it they did really well. So I'm looking forward to showing you that one because, it's a juicy one.
So we'll do this at the 50th anniversary.
Let's not make that long. Yeah. I think we should actually do a part 2 and 3 double bill and just record one that day because they don't. The 2 and 3 go like that. They're just like you should watch them together.
Okay.
Really, I think. Part 1 and 2 are okay to watch separately because there was years between them being made. Part 2 and 3 they filmed at the same time and released 1 year after each other.
Fair.
Because they knew they needed to do them. But no, so if you were to give it a 5-star rating nowadays, where do you think you would end up putting it?
Is this him comparing it to modern films or
Yeah,
I think if you
what am I
think
basing it on?
if you think about any film, I guess from near that decade that you've seen, that's why I was asking earlier if you've seen many films. So, if you put in context the special effects at the time, limitations, what would your star rating for it be then, and maybe then compare that to if it was to be released now?
I mean, okay, so in terms of like storyline, I think most of it was pretty obvious. It was they go back in time, they fuck up,
Yeah.
which he did. I mentioned he might might accidentally prevent his parents meeting. He did that exactly.
He did that,
he did a really good job at that.
And then had to, he did a fantastic job of that, and then had to try and fix it, because otherwise, I didn't quite know how they were going to do the whole, this is going to have an impact on you or your future, because technically you wouldn't exist. Him fading out of the picture, cool. That was a cool way of doing it. Didn't expect that, but I don't know. The main plot I called, which detracts from it, because generally when I go to watch a movie, I want to not
Not know what's going on.
not know what's going on or not have a clue. I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
I think I'm still yet to see the kind of like the cult. That's like I'm still yet to see the reason.
You haven't seen the cult appeal of it yet.
Yes. I'm still yet to see why this has such a cult following.
Yeah.
Based off that first movie, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Right now, it stands as a decent like time travel flick, and I suppose very special because it was the first one of its time.
Yeah.
Which is fair. So take that into account. Give it somewhere between a 3 and a 4, I'd say.
Okay.
I'm there. I'm like, I don't think I have anything too negative. To be honest, the thing that makes it closer to a 3 is the sheer amount of cringe. But that's because I hate cringe.
Yeah.
And it was very cringy. Most of the middle of that movie was difficult to watch.
It's very. I think some of it is of its time.
Yeah.
If you when you said what would you compare if it was made? It wouldn't be able to be made nowadays.
No, it'd have to be changed quite a lot.
A lot of it would have to be changed.
Yeah. You wouldn't do the incest level to that extent.
Or the bit where Biff is.
I don't know.
Or stereotypes.
It was.
There's a lot you can't.
It was unknown incest. I think you could chuck that in there just to make it cringy.
I think
I
it's
think-
more
I think
the
the-
gendery role type. Like,
Maybe.
the way that was. I don't think you could get. You wouldn't be able
Maybe
to do
not.
that these days because it doesn't.
If you were to go back, if you were to go back 30 years and do it, you couldn't get away with it. If you were to still go back to 55,
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons that it's still regarded as such a good film, because they've set it in a period where the stereotypes were there.
Yeah.
They get away with it for generations of people watching it.
Yes, because it was a different time.
It was literally that
Yeah.
sort of time.
Yeah, if they were to do it from, say, if they did release it, for instance, in 2015,
Yeah.
but went back to
55.
55, then
Yeah.
I think that would be that's how you'd have to do it.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
it
I
would
think
be
the rape
grandparents.
Scene changed. I think the rape scene.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was. I think that
that was intense.
That was intense. That
That's-
should not have been there.
That's the bit that, when you said, like, would it be made now? That's the one bit I was, like, in my
Tell
head
you what,
going,
definitely
no,
wouldn't still be a PG.
No,
No.
it wouldn't.
No.
Would it? Maybe 15.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
where he
15 I could see.
accidentally, where his mum nearly falls in love with him.
Yeah.
I think that is borderline, but that scene by the school,
Yeah.
that none of that would work. But I think it's, like we said, that film is of its time, and I think that's what makes it what makes it a classic. Is
The great thing about a time travel film is it never ages, because it's always stuck in those times.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what the writers say.
I think that would be interesting to ask that question to Greshan number 2,
Yeah.
because there's one particular scene in number 2 that always sticks out in my head of it being
For good things
Obvious.
or bad things.
when it was made what they thought the future, and it's not what you think. It's nothing that you've said.
Yeah.
There's one scene that makes me go, yep, you can tell when this was made and why they thought it was this. But it's nothing bad, it's just,
Yeah.
it's more technology related, and it always sticks out when I watched it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What was I going to say next? I did have a thought. Oh yes. There's an interesting cameo that would definitely have gone over your head that I feel like I have to point out. So you know the Power of Love song by Huey Lewis and the News, and Back in Time by Huey Lewis and the News. You know when Marty's auditioning, the guy with the microphone is Huey Lewis.
Oh, I did not. clock
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know that for years.
Did not know that.
It's such a clever way, and
That's pretty
of
good.
putting him in.
That's pretty good.
The other interesting thing is what stands out in the start of that film is, wow, they play this song a lot. Like it's on a lot of the song. At the start.
I did notice a there was a little bit where I think Marty was with his mum, and I can't remember what he said, but she was just like, oh, that's not very square, like that makes you
It's
a
such a
bit
square.
square. And I was like, that's funny, because
Yeah.
hip to be square.
To be
Fair
square,
enough.
yeah.
So I thought that was a cheeky little addition.
Yeah,
For Huey.
it's quite funny because so it's played loads, and I talked to my mum about it because she remembers that year she went off to Hawaii with her friend, and apparently it was number one so much it was literally played that much as well. So it was pretty accurate.
fair enough.
It did like a self-fulfilling prophecy where it went into the film, became number one, and then it actually happened in reality.
I mean, solid song.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and
I get it.
there's some very good covers as well. I'd recommend the Imagine Dragons version.
Did Huey Lewis just like sponsor the thing?
They
or
went to
just-
Huey Lewis and asked, "Can you write a song for us?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really think do a hit about time travel and all these things. Like, just write a hit song. That's all we ask. Then tell us what it's about afterwards." And he went away, did Power of Love, came back to them. It was a hit. And then the lesser known one in Back to the Future is Back in Time, which is played on the end credits as well, which was the time travel one,
Yeah.
which wasn't as popular. No, I like the fact they actually got an artist of that time to make a song for it. I think that's something that it doesn't happen too much and then
No.
continue to be in pop culture for years and years in advance.
Because that, to be fair, that song is a
Oh,
it's
it's
an
a classic.
icon of the 80s.
Yes. And the thing is, think about how difficult it would be to do that now.
Oh, you couldn't.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
You have. I think we have a lot of one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That
to be honest,
come from
I'm
films.
also still waiting to see if any of the hits that have been created in the last 10 years remain icons
Yeah.
in 20 years' time.
Because the stuff that we know as the 80s songs were not the 80s songs that our parents listened to at
No.
all, for the most part.
No.
Like Africa. Why are you listening to Africa?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It was stuff that it wasn't actually listened to by a lot of people.
I think
It's
there'll
just
be a
stuff that-
few.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there'll definitely be a few. There have to be a few.
I
Yeah.
don't think. I don't think modern songs that have been designed for film
No.
will last that long.
In the end, by Linkin Park will be, because it's still a banger now. Just saying.
I mean, I
No
listen to
comment.
that anyway. So,
Exactly.
but is that?
That's multi-generational, because it was old
Yeah.
when I listened to it, by at least 5 years.
Okay. I think the only ending I think will last is a funny Linkin Park end of Transformers.
I don't even know which one that is.
As soon as you hear it, you'll.
Probably, yeah.
End of Transformers 1?
Yeah, when Optimus is doing his speech, it's like.
Oh, right. Yeah. If you're out there.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
So yeah, that was Back to the Future.
Back to the
I
Future.
don't know why my stomach's been talking to me all day. just love that chicken that I made for everyone.
It was like,
So
just thank
much.
you again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
I think we should ask for predictions of what do you think would happen in part 2.
So, they're going to the future. What did he say? He said, yes, bring along his girlfriend.
This concerns her too.
Yes, so evidently they're still together, but it concerns their kids, so they have kids. I think their kids fuck around with science and physics, fuck around with the space-time continuum, fuck up something that needs to be unfucked. Yeah,
Okay.
I can see that happening. Or Doc hasn't been fully honest or fully transparent and accidentally did what Marty did, which is fuck up something then, but he now needs to go potentially get these guys to come help him unfuck it. That's my theory. I did have a question of you know how Marty turns up 10 minutes before?
Yeah.
So he then goes and he watches himself
Yeah.
get in the car and bugger off.
Yeah.
Is that the completion of that loop? Is everyone happy with the completion of that loop?
Yes.
Okay, because I was unsure. I was unsure, but that's fair.
That is the end of that section in at least the films. In my oh no, it was a dream in the video games, but there's an alternate version of it. But no, yeah,
Okay.
that is the end of that loop of that section. The bit that gets me, I swear, there's a version of it where the Libyans crash and then the
Thing explodes.
yeah.
Well, I expected it to explode because
Everything explodes.
because the man was holding an RPG. And I
Yeah.
was just like, surely. It's
Yeah,
gonna
the
go
RPG.
off,
I
right?
swear there's a version where it explodes afterwards, but I've never seen it for a long time at least. But yeah, that is the completion of that. What did you think of the aging they did for all of the young cast, including Doc?
Oh, painful.
Yeah,
Painful. The parents' aging was bad.
they look waxy.
They look so bad. It was the grey hair and everything. It just didn't hold up.
The dad who did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even the mum also, it wasn't great.
It just made really big shiny cheeks.
Mm.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of comparisons online between them being aged in Back to the Future and actually being aged.
Yeah.
They look so much better.
Really?
So much better. Like I think the closest one was maybe Biff, but that's probably just because his hair thinned out a little bit,
Okay.
and that's about it. They all look way better than they predicted. Other than, I guess, Michael J. Fox now. Because in the future one, you do, of course, see him aged.
Ah, right.
And he's had Parkinson's since the early 90s. Because he got diagnosed when he was in his 20s.
Ah.
Which leads me on to... I did a fan film for Parkinson's UK called Back to the Future Part 4, which is, funnily enough,
I saw this
directly
earlier.
behind you, Greshan. So before...
In an Xbox case.
Yeah,
I actually thought it was a game for a second.
I think this is the number one. Yeah, this is one of 50.
Did you actually?
I released them.
You released them on YouTube, didn't you?
It's on YouTube for free on the...
You printed that on top of it?
Yeah, that's the first one, which is why there's a crease in it. And it came with a signed card, which was a ticket from the premiere that I did
Oh, wow.
at my
Very
school.
Who's this guy?
The end credits are laughable because it's Luke Palmer for every single line. But yeah, back in 2012, when I was still studying, I wanted to go into props and set, and one of the things that always caught my eye was the special effects in Back to the Future, so I decided to do Back to the Future Part 4. At the time, my grandfather was suffering from Parkinson's disease, very much like Michael J. Fox has been. And I decided to make this fan film. In the YouTube release, it's got timed points where it will say, please go to this donation page and donate money. We made a few hundred from it, not loads. But yeah, the special effects, trying to make them in the 2000s.
Difficult.
It was difficult then. I can only imagine how they did it back in the 80s.
They have a huge team.
So, you know...
Yeah, that's true. A hell of a lot of people had money.
The one shot I was always quite proud of was the two flames with the spinning number plate. I got that one pretty good. And of course, back then, this was before I had a DeLorean, because I did have a DeLorean for 5 years as a daily driver. But this was also before I had a green screen. So every shot where I'm on the opposite side of the car, I had to film the car, cut it out frame by frame on a touchpad of a laptop, and then put myself behind it. So it was a lot of work. But I just wanted to say, if you are listening to this and you're interested, feel free to go and check it out. It's still on YouTube. And I can't beat it. I still get 200 views per month on that single video. We are in, it was 175,000 watches. Ooh. I just wish I kept the donation page up, because if everyone had donated £1...
Oh, I know. It would be crazy, right?
Imagine the amount I would have raised for them. But yeah, completely unaffiliated. There's lots of... do not take this as gospel copyright messages throughout the thing to make sure that I don't get sued, because it was a teenager making a film for their A-levels. So yeah,
I think the fact that you wanted to raise money as well is quite admirable. Admirable. That's it. Words cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot word.
And there's a lot of props that I had for it at the time. So when we come to finishing the trilogy, I'll show you. There's a little video a friend made of the premiere, which had a big props display of all the stuff that I'd made.
Oh, nice.
And I think you'd appreciate it more then when you've seen all of the other films. And I'm not going to make you sit through the film because, it's embarrassing.
Make us, you say.
Yeah.
Now this I'm interested.
me trying to do Michael J. Fox's accent for a solid 45 minutes.
Oof.
Yeah, that was difficult. But yeah, so Back to the Future has been something that really has rubbed off on me, like in many ways, when it comes to special effects and learning things. I also got a DeLorean. I actually bought the DeLorean more because I wanted something in that style. So I actually wanted the Lotus, which was in James Bond's Spy Who Loved Me.
Esprit.
But I could only have one car, and they are notoriously more unreliable than DeLorean. The DeLorean is actually quite reliable when you fix all of the electrical gremlins, and the only time things would break would be the odd electrical relay going.
I did like that in the film, though.
Yeah.
the-
I can confirm when you hit your head against the steering wheel and it's not turning on, it does not work. Okay, I have tried that.
You just get yourself a bruise.
Yes.
Does the horn go off a little bit?
No, because it's on a stalk.
Oh.
It's not even on the wheel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the other thing is the speedo does not go to 95 on a normal DeLorean. Due to US law at the time, it cuts out at 80. So the speedo in the film is a custom speedo made for the film.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah. Electrically, it also wouldn't sound like that either. Like the doors, they add in servo noises. They put a V8 noise over the top of the car along with a servo. When it's a V6, it sounds very
I
different.
also said it was electric.
Yeah.
And then
This sucker's electrical.
then I heard the engine. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Interesting.
So yeah, the DeLorean is a car that definitely wouldn't have kept its value without those films, which is one of the reasons it was a wise solution to invest into for 5 years and drive it as a daily as well.
To be fair, if you'd managed to get the Esprit, well,
I know it would be worth a lot more, but it definitely wouldn't still be running after those 5 years.
No. If you'd got the Esprit, it just basically locked it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, with those you have to keep them.
No, I've seen some in some ratty conditions go for like hundreds of thousands. It's stupid.
There was one guy that had one of the Esprit turbos that came along to the DeLorean meet I went to, and he said that he'd had to rebuild the engine twice because they kept blowing up.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Lotus, lots of trouble. Usually serious.
I'll just say.
Yeah. Yeah, so my life has revolved around Back to the Future a lot from
Really?
various
What-
coincidence.
What have you recently purchased? Well, not recently, but
was
what is
that
your current
purchase?
car?
Oh,
Yeah. I also now own a modern black Toyota Hilux with all of the yellow KC lights on it, like Marty. And I do wish it was the 80s ones, but they're very, very, very hard to find.
I thought you wanted the American hybrid one.
That would be nice.
If you got the new, if you had to
Yeah,
have
if
the
I get a
new
new one, I'd rather have a hybrid, but in the UK, for some reason, only diesel engines are still available, which makes no sense. So you get loads of torque, but no speed and no acceleration.
You got a turbo. After
With
lots of turbo lag. It was like waiting.
4 seconds of turbo lag when you put your foot down.
power.
Don't take risks on it at all. But yeah, a lot of stuff has revolved around Back to the Future through various circumstances. Yet contradictory to what most people think, I am not the biggest Back to the Future fan in the world. I actually don't think it's the best film. I have other films that I much prefer.
Is
His line.
No. I'm a Star Wars fan at heart, originally trilogy.
It's okay,
okay.
bud.
We
We accept you for who you are. No, it's fine. It's fine.
I like
is
Back
okay.
to the Future for other reasons than it being my favourite film.
What card did he have originally?
It was a.
One day I'll get this through to everyone. One day.
It was a.
Oh.
Did
Was it for no?
no.
It was an Austrian princess, but they forgot to put the paint on it.
No, it was metal. I remember you telling me. Oh, it was.
Definitely made of aluminium, not stainless.
So
And it wasn't built by a crook.
So you've had 2 of the cars.
So you had a
Yeah.
DeLorean and what have you got now? A
So
And the
I used to take the DeLorean around to events and raise money for Parkinson's UK. And the long term plan was originally, before I decided to purchase a property with my wife, was to keep that, and once that was paid off, buy the truck and then put the DeLorean on the back and take it to events and raise money for Parkinson's UK. Unfortunately, we decided to buy a house, and I'm not going to lie, after going to events for a solid 3 summers in a row, I decided I was sick of it. And I couldn't deal with playing DeLorean bingo any longer, where people say, oh, where's your flux capacitor? Oh, you don't see many of these about. Nice aluminium body, etc., etc. Plus, every single time you buy fuel, you have someone come up with one of those quips. The last time I filled that car up was in the Devices petrol station. Someone came up to me and asked me where my flux capacitor was. I'm just trying to buy fuel, guy. Just leave me alone.
I feel like that's what you should expect for a car of that
I
stature.
know, but I tell you what, if Back to the Future wasn't my favourite film then, by the time I'd done all of that,
It definitely
raised
wasn't.
money, and done that film, it definitely wasn't my favourite film anymore. So there we go.
He just likes the vehicles. Doesn't he?
I just like the
Yeah.
cars. If I could swap any of them for the Ecto One, I friggin' would.
He's lying still.
I don't know. 100% he's
Or
lying.
Knight Rider.
The audience 100% know he's lying.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
I'm
do.
not lying.
No, sorry,
not
to
lying.
yourself.
You
Oh,
could have bought
I'm not
any
lying.
other truck. But no, you
Hey,
bought
hey.
Marty's truck.
I was going to get a Ford Ranger, and then I saw they kept breaking down. Fix or repair daily. So I decided against it.
I mean, as a truck goes, they are very reliable.
Oh, no,
the
no,
most
Top
reliable
Gear,
vehicle.
100%.
Top Gear did show this.
Could have picked any other colour. Could have picked any other colour. Did not need to put the KC lights on. Did not need to put the
No,
bull
he
bar
did.
on.
He could have. Black is the
Black is
Not
the
gonna lie,
colour that doesn't
I'll-
age.
if
the lights, on the other hand.
The lights I bought when I
I
still had
feel
the
like
DeLorean.
the red one from Top Gear was classic.
That was
That was classic.
Obviously, the Mark III, the one with the square light still, and it was very much an agricultural vehicle. Yeah, they are nice. Once again, all rotted out. Very hard to find them.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
Especially here.
Basically, the point was, if I was going to buy an expensive vehicle, I figured, I'll sod it. I've got the lights in the garage from when I had the DeLorean. I might as well put them on. I still haven't wired them up, and I've had it for 3 years.
Yeah,
It's at the point where the contacts are probably corroded.
probably.
Yeah. But I do get the odd people go, oh, I know that vehicle. But very little compared to a DeLorean. There's like 3
Right.
people have said it.
The DeLorean, I mean, how many did they make?
I should remember this. Around 5,000, I believe.
Yeah, there you go. That's an answer in
Right.
its own right.
No, it might be. No, it was more than that. I think it's 5,000 in existence now.
I'll quickly Google.
Yeah. This was what these. But we used to have a printed version of DeLorean Bingo when we went to events, and this was one of the things.
How many?
How many asking how many that were made?
Well, I mean, fundamentally, they didn't make many. So
No.
when it becomes, the only car used
Yeah.
in a movie that was big at the time,
Approximately 9,000. So
I-
not
There we
loads.
it kind of makes sense why people would associate that with this.
Yeah, estimating around 8,975 were produced.
Because also,
It's,
you don't really see very many of them anyway, and when you do see them, they're almost guaranteed to be Back to the Futurized.
Oh, the yearly amount went down quite a lot. The 1981 model sold 6,700. The 1982 model, 1,999.
Yeah. There's a
And-
big story behind that.
Yeah.
Why?
There's
I have watched the
and then 19,
One of many
and then
documentaries.
1983,
fall of.
276.
Yeah.
I did think it was quite funny that they used a GMC for the van.
Yeah.
The DMC, the GMC. I was like,
Yeah. There's a bit of a kick in the nuts for them.
They did have a concept truck, didn't they?
They did buy the rights and produce. I think it was aircraft support vehicles.
Yes, that
on
was it.
airlines.
Yes,
Um,
I did think they were pretty cool.
there was also a concept for the 4-seater family car. Just before it went bust.
Same thing, just a bit more stretched.
Yeah, basically with 4 doors.
And the chap in America's bought it, haven't they?
So there's a technically from Birmingham.
Oh,
Bought the Texas name, brand, and everything, so they can make the DMC logo itself can only be made by them. The word DeLorean technically still owned by the family. So there's a long version of the word that went on the bonnet sometimes, and there's the badge on the front for DMC, so they're different. There's a guy who used to be in Birmingham that bought them back in the 90s. They just buy in second-hand DeLoreans, restore them. They've always had a limited amount of some parts. It was the front right fender, if I remember correctly. It was literally the part that was meant to be manufactured the next week before they went bust. So that's the bit they ran out of first. And they are currently, apparently, in the way of making a electric version, which is a modernized vehicle.
I hear they bought or tried to buy all the molds for them.
Yeah, but some of them didn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Some of them were left outside.
Yeah,
and
they just left them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, To be
I
fair,
mean, you would do.
They did that with everything from the past. Like trying to recreate most cars from back then is quite difficult because no one really held on to the molds.
That's the most difficult though, because it's molded stainless steel, which requires a more durable type of mold again.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't just take like a fiberglass pull of it and do that instead, because it's a brushed stainless.
Yeah.
Has to be made of stainless steel.
Yeah. It has to be made of a
not gonna lie,
stronger.
your best bet is probably taking an existing DeLorean that's in probably the best condition, scan it, and then do that. But
You'd have to do it back engineer it.
Yes.
And the thing is, none of them ever aligned properly. The panel gaps are always awful as well. So each one was beaten to the point where it fit.
I mean,
I think it was Aston Martin that have recently done that.
They did that with their classics, haven't they? They did the classic range.
Yeah, they did.
there was somebody else that did that as well.
But-
As Aston and because I believe the Grand
Jag?
Tour lot drove the classic. Yeah, yes, it was Aston and Jag.
It was that. It was the. I think it was Aston, or was it Jag? I know Aston have done it for some of the cars, but it might have been Jag. It was one of those. It was one of the British companies, should I say?
Yeah.
That they no longer. I think it was. I can't remember exactly who it was, but the factory burnt down or something happened, and they lost all the plans. So they had to buy a car in and take it apart, but piece by piece, scan everything, and make, and like the engine didn't even, the plans didn't exist for it. So they had to take the engine apart, rebuild it to understand how it worked, like exactly how it worked, and then make a, because there's some numbers, it might have been Jag that did that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That did the, so they had about, I think 100 that they were going to make that never actually got produced. That's what they're keeping. That's what they're keeping, the same serial numbers.
Right.
But that's where people are going, well, it's not one of the originals.
I mean, there's a few companies that do that now. I mean, Ferrari are known for like holding on to, actually Porsche as well are known to hold on to like most of their original casts.
Yeah.
And things like that. And if you're willing to pay through the nose, they will make you a part that you need, but you have to be willing to pay.
One of the most annoying comments was, "Oh, is it a kit car then?" When I had it, I was like, "Oh, if you could even imagine how hard it'd be to make this vehicle as a kit car." Oh boy.
Yeah, they already did it.
A
You got the
brush-
Cybertruck, right?
Yeah.
Same fucking thing.
The Cybertruck always makes me laugh because it's a bit off topic this one, but you know, Matilda, where her dad does the glue on.
Yes, that's
We always-
exactly how they did it.
We always put it on with the glue because, you know, we're not right bothered with bodger.
They just rip off.
And they glued that on, and then they want somebody cut to the Tesla Cybertruck and ripping it off, and it's just the glue. I was like, oh.
To be fair, Tesla tried to push back at it by talking about how it's like.
Oh, the glue is extreme.
No, and the glue is insane. Like if you were to, it's effectively concrete. You know, it is mental, but
It's just funny when you compare it,
yes,
stuff like that.
That scene was just iconic. Yeah.
Cool. So, Back to the Future Part 1 completed, watched. Are you ready for Part 2?
No.
Oh boy, it's about to get good.
I
So,
actually can't remember a lot about. I only remember that one particular scene of. It's been ages since I've watched it.
I've watched Part 1 quite a lot. Partly because, I think it was last year or the year before.
He's not a fan.
No, well,
It's
Emmy
his
and Chris
favourite
bought us
show.
tickets, and we went to an outdoor viewing,
Oh.
and we sat in the back of the truck watching it.
Ah.
And before that, I was involved in a few viewings where the car would sit there as the film played.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool, but yeah, I've watched Part 1 to death. I like watching Part 2, partly because I don't get to see it as often. But I prefer Part 2 in general, so hopefully you enjoy it more.
Okay.
I think you'll see the CG / special effects step up quite a lot as well. Because there's a good 4 years of development at ILM in between. So they've got some new groundbreaking stuff they used, which was really, really pinnacle in movie making. So anyway, I suppose that wraps up the episode. We've had a good time. We've had a lot of chicken.
A lot.
Fuck yeah, chicken.
A lot of chicken.
Some chips, some popcorn.
No, set the kitchen on fire.
Yeah, there's some kitchen on fire with the hot oil. or just glaze over that. And as
Well, he wanted to replicate the
Yeah, yeah,
the
it was-
tie
it was
track
past-
fire.
yeah,
it
yeah.
was pretty close at one point. So yeah, don't leave hot oil in a pan whilst you're waiting for some of half an hour. Keeping warm. That's the key. And the other thing is be on time when someone says 1 o'clock. Don't turn up at 1:30.
I don't know.
No,
what
you were
he's
trying
talking
to
about.
go 80. Was it 80?
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say. I don't know if you saw my message. I said I hit 88 mils per hour. The flux capacitor wasn't working.
Wasn't
Trash.
flexing.
Trash.
It's because you didn't have a lightning bolt and
Yeah,
gigawatts.
you need gigawatts, mate.
No, gigawatts.
Gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts. Great Scott.
And on that note,
And on that note, make sure you follow our new YouTube channel, Nerding Out, Geeking Out. We are on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and Audible. Wherever you find your podcasts.
Releasing episodes on.
We're releasing episodes on Mondays now. Mondays. We
Bit of a
look-
change.
After 6 months, we looked at the statistics and saw that most of you lovely people are watching it on a Monday.
Yep.
So we thought, well, we might as well release it on a Monday then.
it's a good start to your week.
Yeah, exactly. So you can listen to it on your morning commute, or wherever you
Whilst at work.
whilst at work. Yeah, because you've really got that Monday blues, and we cheer you up. Apparently, blimey, that's a bit desperate. And so yes, please like, follow, subscribe, and
Leave
until
comments.
next time, I've been Luke.
I've been Greshan.
I've been James.
We still are.
Bye. See ya.